Hey guys, it's DuconRed1 and welcome to our showcase video of the Wood Elf side of the Darwin Reforged contest that had just ended just a couple days ago. But they did an absolutely incredible job in producing this absolutely incredible result that you see before you today. As you can see, it's definitely a Wood Elf side versus you got the High Elf side over there. Really neat architecture and just the color palette, just amazing. But we are going to be exploring through this. If you guys want to see the High Elf side and all the secrets within, you'll have to check out the video posted in the description below. And we explore through and showcase all of the great things that are on that side. But today, we are going to be working on looking through this side, which I think you guys are going to really enjoy. So let's get started. So right down the center between both of the builds is this river separating the two. So it looks like there was some kind of enmity between the two sides, and so the Wood Elf side and the High Elf side broke their bridge. And so what we're going to be doing is starting at the bridge here, and we are going to go on from there and see what we can find. Now there are a lot of secrets throughout this build. I have not checked them all out. I've only seen a few here and there, but it's really quite interesting to see all these, silly little secrets. But we're not going to be showcasing the secrets in this video, but we will definitely be showcasing the overall just architecture and just the beautification of this build. Because I mean, just look at that. That right there is testament to just the incredible awesomeness that we're about to experience, guys. I mean, just look at that. Oh, that just makes me so happy to walk into that. I mean, that is it's very classical, obviously Elven too. I mean, there's no mistaking that this is Elven architecture. No mistaking at all. You don't even think about human architecture or any other architecture. The only thing that's going through my mind is Elven, and that is for sure the truth. So we're just going to be exploring through a little bit of the build. We're not going to be going through the entire plot, as that would be rather impossible to do considering the amount of content and work that's gone into this plot. But we're going to try to touch on the main points and definitely showcase as much as we can. If you want to see this for yourself, you're going to have to do warp. The warp that is in the description below. It might change from what it is now, so that's why I'm not going to say it on the video, but the warp to this is on the Darwin Reforged server. You'll go ahead and download the Conquest Reforged mod, and then you can come over here and check it out for yourself, because it is just absolutely insanely beautiful. So I would 100% suggest this to anyone. Come check this out. Just look at it. Oh, it's incredible. I do have my view distance down a little bit because there is a lot of entities and such on this build that really causes a lot of lag. So I have to limit my computer's capabilities in order to produce a quality video for us all to enjoy. But yeah, down there, that goes down to the cave down below. I think we'll showcase that off real fast as we're walking down that way anyways. Looks like we got a few craftsmen down this way. Not quite sure what they all are, but really, really neat. I love the nature through here. As you can see, you got these little gardens set along the side of the road in order to add in that extra bit of greenery. This is the gatehouse, I suppose, for going down. I just love it. I love the architecture. And this leads us down into the undercrofts. There isn't really too much down here. Just kind of looking around, showing what there is. As I said, there's really not all that much, and then you come up the whatever this is, the well, the elevator, I suppose, and it leads us back up here to the top. But if we go back around here, there is a crane. There's a crane right there. But we got this really neat crane, something that I thought was a really neat addition to this side. Really, really well done. Really neat design. So you got the hamster wheel there on the outside. That's what people would be in there, and then they would use their body weight in order to function the crane itself through gears and such, which would amplify that kinetic energy. I sound like an engineer there, but I'm not. I really am not. But really cool. Just really loving the detail in this plot. This side really has a very more of a simplistic approach to designing, and I really like that, actually. It really has a lot of it more focuses on the big picture versus all the little details that sometimes can be a little bit spammy, but they really do a good job in showcasing this build. Here we got, looks like an armor maker, a place where they would make some armor, I suppose. I don't know. It doesn't really look like there's any... We got some tools there, maybe a grindstone. I'm not quite sure. There's no forge here or anything, so I don't know if they actually make it there. Maybe they like polish armor or sharpen steel. Again, I am not fully certain, so I really couldn't tell you. Can't walk through doors. That's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. A little bell up there. I like that. But we definitely want to make our way up to this temple up here. I really like that temple. So we're going to be making our way up there real quick. Oh, this is a buttery. Oh, I love this design. This is where they would put all the barrels for like mead and alcohol and things down here. Really, really well done. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Hobbit movies, but it kind of shows like a point where they roll the barrels down these things like that into the water below. But anyways, that's how they would easily transport barrels, is obviously you don't want to carry it, so might as well just roll a barrel, you know? But yeah, really cool. Now we're gonna make our way up this way and see what we can find. We got a lot of neat little details surrounding. I'm gonna try to point out little details that I see. Again, we got little gardens along the plot, and also we got this sight blocker, that little wall, really well placed there. Obviously, that's something that I really try to touch upon on my Lumiere series, is to make sight blockers and such, so that when you're walking within the plot, you don't feel exposed to the surroundings, and they do a good job with that. A little fallen tree right there, that's the kind of detail that really makes a lot of difference in a build, I would say. So I really like that. We got a little statue here, pretty neat, really neat little addition, I would say, to the build. But now we're gonna make our way across this bridge and see what else we can find. So heading up the hill here, we come up to this tree, and I have this like vibe that there's something special about this tree, because it overlooks this whole like central area of the plot. So maybe there's some kind of special lore to it, or I don't know, I couldn't tell you, but I really think that it really has this power to it, this energy, that somehow it's like a really old and like critical or crucial part of the build here, as I am exploring through it, because it just it's like a period at the end of a sentence, you know, just some kind of bold look to it. So I think that that's a really neat addition. You got the roots poking out the bottom. Love that a lot. So this is another thing I really found really interesting. I'm not quite sure how to define this. It's like a little courtyard that's in the middle of the roads, and some type of guy that's here writing. I don't know. I have no clue what this is. Maybe he's like a magistrate or something to handle the smaller deals throughout the town, like maybe you know, financial transactions and things. I don't know, but some kind of magistrate. I'm just gonna say that. Maybe it's intended for something different, but in any case, really neat. I love this area. So now that we've headed up the hill a little bit, you look down and you see these little cliff paths. If you follow these paths down a little bit, for example, this path right here, it'll lead you down to a string of these little cliff baths where they can rinse off and get clean from maybe a day's work, and just enjoy this absolutely incredible and beautiful nature that is being portrayed here. I just love this a lot. These cliff baths are just, like, to me, just really cool. And I really, you know, I wish I could just add something like this on Lumiere, but it just really wouldn't fit, in my opinion. But really, really great overall design there. I would definitely give that a 10 out of 10. So over here, we got a massive, massive observatory. I mean, this thing is like, this is huge. Like, this is almost bigger than the palace, it seems. But as you can see, you come back here and there's this massive telescope in order to view the stars. I really like this design. It has a really neat idea about it, because it looks like the whole thing rotates, as you can see by these levers and the wheels on these tracks. So this observatory can spin all the way around, so it can take in different views of the stars and such. But really cool. Let's see it from the front again. But yeah, really neat architecture. Definitely looks like an observatory. Well done there, guys. My goodness, I just really love exploring through these builds. It's just, this is incredible. The ideas. Look at that, like just that. A rabbit hanging from a hawk. Like, who would have thought of that? That's just such a cool idea. Love it to death. So now we're getting closer to the palace of this build. And we're gonna have to walk down this tower here, leading us down underneath, well, not underneath, but just downwards. I really like the center. It goes down, you have like these vines climbing up the center. The greenery is definitely a necessary thing, I would say. It really adds a nice little atmosphere as you walk down this spiral staircase on our way down to the palace, which leads us into the throne room, of course. So the Lord of the Wood Elves, this is where he would sit and command his people. It looks intimidating, I would say. This one definitely has a intimidating type of feel. Let me change my shaders really quick. There we go. I find this to be a better interior type shader, but as you can see, it just has I feel intimidated here. I feel like this is like a lord that is more stern with his people versus being more tranquil and peaceful and friendly. So I feel like, you know, people would be thrown in here and be like, oh my lord, don't kill me. And then he'd be up here, be like, you will be hanged for your treason. I don't know what the hell elves did for death penalty. Something more clean than, like, you know, cutting a head off. Hanging sounds, I guess hanging would be it, but I don't know. Yeah, you will be hanged for your transgression, something like that. I don't know. But got a little larger table in here where the council would sit and decide on major things throughout their lands. I really think that that is just a really neat idea. I love it to death. Absolutely beautiful. This palace just has this really nice and I just feel wood elf because you know, wood elves obviously are more, you know, tend towards more like wood and clay and more like above ground things or like river stones, whereas you know, other elves and such, or even humans and such, you think of quarries and things, but you can definitely tell there's a lot more. Like these look like river stones. You know, there is some quarried items. You know, got that rock there, but I just feel like this really shows a wood elf architecture. It definitely looks like it to me, so I really got to give that a 10 out of 10. I mean, this is really well done in portraying the wood elf style. But this looks like where the king would sleep. I'm a little bit skeptical about how this random stair comes up here. I feel like some assassin could just walk through, or maybe he'd be just kind of sleepwalking and then whoa, break a leg or something. I don't know. I just feel like that's a little bit oddly placed there. Still, a great way to get up. And then we got another, looks like a feast hall up here. And then the lord and his lady, the elf lord and the elf lady, would sit up here and eat their dinner. I'm sure some tasty treats would be set in front of them. I'm sure elves don't make the really bland stuff. I'm sure there's some really nice quality meals in front of them at this time. I can just imagine elf bread, like, oh man, it has to be the best. But yeah, and this is the balcony above the throne room. Really, really nice overall vibe here. Love it a lot. I actually haven't even seen this before. Oh, I love this a lot. This is a little bit of a library here on the outer edge of the palace. So that's really cool. So let's see what else we can find. Yep. Check that out, guys. That is beautiful. Man, I wish I could turn my view distance up. In fact, I'm gonna do that. Alrighty, so I am killing my computer to do this, but there we go. We got a nice little view there. I just imagine like it going off in the distance in both directions, like just these massive cities just set right against each other. But just check that out, guys. The view is just gorgeous. I love it so much. But yeah, man, the builders of this contest, they really went all out. I think this contest lasted like a month or something. It didn't really have a good start, but as you can see, it definitely took shape. Oh, just incredible. Love it. So I'm just going to explore through the build a little bit more. This is the main pathway leading up to the palace, as you can see right there. But we're just going to be looking through a little bit more and seeing what else we can find. As typical in Elven culture, they have archery range, so a place where the elves can practice shooting the arrows. I thought that's a really cool idea, having some archers here, a little fighting pit there to spar and just keep themselves agile and just ready for any type of altercation they may encounter in their lives. But I really like this area. Just really cool look to it. Just beautiful. I love it. I love it. Look at that. Look at that view. Again, like I said on my last video, I'm going to make some screenshots and really try to make sure that these plots definitely get some really nice screenshots so that you guys can maybe use those to present these builds to your friends and such. But really, really awesome. Overall quality of this build is just impressive. So I would definitely give this a 10 out of 10. I give everything a 10 out of 10 because everything is just awesome to me. And I definitely would say these builders, they went all out. Incredible. A few more things that we're going to explore, a few more interiors here and there. I don't really, like I said, want to explore through all of it. I want you guys to explore through it. I know there's a secret in here. I'm going to leave that to you guys. If you go down that hole, you will find something great. But it's in this house underneath the palace. So again, if you want to check this out, it is in the description below, the warp to get here on the Darwin Reforged server, guys. So come join this community, check it out. I mean, I am really impressed by this server, by the way. It really is an incredibly impressive community to me because the administration and really seems to have this right. In my opinion, the way I see it, really seems to have this right. What is that? Oh, that is such a good idea. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it. I'm gonna have to use that design. You're gonna be seeing that design in my Lumiere build now because I just really like that. But yeah, in any case, guys, the Darwin Reforged server is a really impressive community. God, I've said that before, but I just, when you believe in something so much, it's just hard to just, not say a billion times. Because it kind of gets the point across, But yeah, as you can see, the interiors are pretty well done. I've been noticing that it's very cramped, though. I do prefer for more spacious interiors, just a little bit more going on so that it doesn't feel so like you're cramped in it. Oh, I said I was gonna go check out that temple over here. Let's go do that real quick. So if you guys remember earlier in the video, I said I was gonna check out this temple here. I just wanted to showcase this to you guys because I really thought it had a really neat interior to it. I love it. And this tree, instead of using leaves, they use these butterflies. Like I can just imagine, like, obviously they can't really portray it here, but can you imagine like almost looking like a full tree, like, just this really vibrant, looks like a full tree. Like just say this tree out here. Maybe it looks like that tree, but instead of leaves, it's all like butterflies and bugs, like beautiful bugs and things. Like just imagine that, like how magical that would look. And that's kind of how I envision this, even though it's only represented using like a few little butterflies here and there. I really thought that's really interesting, and somehow this has like a really magical look to it, and I just love it to death. Absolutely incredible. We got the nice little mosaics up here on the dome, and then the floor, and lots of places for seating and things, and a place to, I guess, worship over here. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it to death. And then back behind here, we got some merchants that would be selling some items and bringing in some overall economy to the city here. Not bringing in, but producing economy. This is the economy. That's the economy of the city. Here, where the merchants would be. Because people obviously need food. They need what other resources they have? Drinks and little odd and end things. Maybe they need some paper to write on, or maybe they need an abacus to make calculations. Maybe the scientist up there in the observatory, maybe he needs an abacus, so he'll come down here and buy one. Just things like that. Just really neat things. So, anyways. I just want to say, the builders of the Wood Elf side, love your build to death. This is incredible, and I would say you guys definitely outdid yourselves. This contest was just absolutely insane. So again, great job, guys. And for all of you that are watching, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. Always appreciate a like here or there. And also comment down below if you have any interest in, I guess, saying good job to the builders, or maybe you have questions about the Darwin server, or I don't know, just anything. Comment below. I'd like to hear you guys. I like to see what you guys think. I like to respond to you guys, and just overall, I like to be interactive. That's what I like to be. And then also subscribe. There will be definitely some more content in the future, lots more coming up, and lots more to do. So again, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Till then, bye-bye.